for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work. Getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's put in work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work for the 6 to 10 night class. Let's put in work. Getting into the gym to win. Let's go to work for the grind and the 9 to 5. Let's go to work. Go to work. Go to work.
What's going on, people? This is Evan L.G. Francis, a.k.a. Mr. Go to Work, and you already know we've been everywhere this summer, right? We've done the showcase, we've done the 5K, so now it's time for, of course, the biggest event of the summer in Richmond, California, Soulful Softball Sunday. Right here behind me is the car show, and there's so much more going on. So many different vendors, so many different great foods and organizations being represented. Off top, we're also doing an award ceremony. And on top of many other great people like Pumpsy Green, from the first African-American to play baseball for the Boston Red Sox. Among those guys, guess who else is getting honored? Guess who? I'll give you one more time to guess. It's me. I'm getting honored. I'll be over there at the field for Softball Sunday today, and it's going to be a special one. 5 years for Softball Sunday, 5 years for Go to Work Fitness. It's going down today. Let's go. Yay!
This is our 5th time doing this. We've done it 12 times, but this is our 5th year doing this. Brother Antoine, Claude, and I came up with this weird idea to bring people together. And what started with 50 people has blossomed into about 1,000 people in just 5 years. Thank you very much. So people ask us, how did we do this? Well, there's an old saying, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the sons of Issachar, but when the sons of Issachar was dealing with a situation, they were appointed and anointed to do certain things when times was tough. So God had given us the vision and the authority, as well as the privilege and the honor to do such an extravagant experience like this. We don't call it an event, it's an experience. So we put our heads together. We got with some community folks, some community-based organizations, and we decided with you, the community, to do this wonderful, wonderful event. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our ceremony. This young man right here is Mr. James Bishop Williams. He just got back from Tallahassee, Florida. He dropped his son off in Florida, A&M. Let's say go Rattlers.
I'm going to call Keisha from my phone.
And another note of interest, ladies and gentlemen, this experience is getting broadcast all over the world. So I know a lot of y'all saying, why do we have all these flags here of different countries? Because this is being broadcast all over the world. Major shouts out to 102.9 KBLX as well. So, let's give a shout out to KBLX, y'all.
Give it up for KBLX 102.9.
So love the play.
Sorry about that, fella. Sorry about
Anyway,
that.
we're going to bring Bishop together. We are going to have a silent, a nice prayer. So those of you, please give the Bishop your attention, please, as he leads us in prayer. We do everything in orderly and decent fashion here at Soulful Softball Sunday, so please be respectful and mindful of the Bishop. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We bow down heads, Heavenly Father, we come before your presence and your throne. We thank you for this auspicious occasion. Lord, we thank you for the spirit that is given in. We thank you for Rodney. We thank you for Antoine and all his staff. Lord, we ask that you continue to bless, you continue to allow it to grow, you continue to just have your hands around it, ever keep us, Lord. We thank you for those that have traveled from far and near. We ask that you bless them here, bless them on their return. Ever keep us in peace and unity. In the mighty name of the Almighty, we thank you. Amen.
What's going on, people? This is Evan L.G. Francis, a.k.a. Mr. Go to Work, and right here you see this beautiful boat. You see the event Soulful Softball Sunday, of course, but if you pay attention and you see this structure and many more around here, these guys right here help re-innovate, repaint, and kind of reinvigorate the whole area. So go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell them who you're representing.
My name is James Bosher. I'm a District Council 16, Local 741, and Local 376. I represent painters, drywall finishers.
My name is Tanner Carroll. I work for the JTTF, the apprenticeship school, and I'm the painting instructor.
Okay, so welcome. So first off, go ahead and tell us about the apprenticeship school that you guys have going on and what the program had to do with all these things going on right here.
All right, so what we had going on is I was reached out by Sabrina Pacheco, Anton Cord, and Alamo Brown, leaders of the community, and they were letting me know that they wanted to get this park painted, and they were having a little bit of questions about who could come out and do the painting. We reached out, came out and looked at it. I then reached out to the apprenticeship center right away and got it green lighted through the higher ups over there, and then that's when Tanner Carroll and Debbie Stevens actually got involved. We came out here, met several times and looked at the park, and we all decided it was a good thing to do. Not only that, but we're giving back to our community. I'm actually from this community, so it feels good to be able to give back. And we offer gateways into our program, so there's plenty of job opportunities within us.
Okay, so how long have you been involved in the program yourself?
So I've been in the union for just a little 7 years, but I just became an instructor, just barely 2 years ago. So I'm fairly new, but hey, it's a sweet gig.
Yeah.
I love helping out the community. Even students are from here, and they like to help out the community, give back. So it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, so we have events like this, right? Well, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Tanner actually came from our apprenticeship center. He was one of our apprentices, and now he's made it to the top as an instructor. I too became an apprentice, and it just shows how far you could actually go and where you could actually go within a union, within our unions.
No, see, that's exactly what I was about to say. So you guys are always, of course, looking to recruit and bring new folks in. So kind of tell people what the advantages are of joining an organization such as yours.
So one of the best things about us is that you could get in, and we don't offer jobs, we actually offer futures, we offer careers, okay? So you could get in, you're making good money, you have medical, you have dental, you're able to provide benefits for your family, you're actually able to build a structure within your family, and not only that, but we have an apprenticeship program that you go to, you learn your craft while you're going to class. No other organization's doing that, you know what I mean, besides unions, and that's one of the biggest things is that we promote. And not only that, but you're going to start out at a good salary, and when you journey out, you're going to make a really good salary as well.
And you can attest to that, right?
Hell yeah.
So tell me from your beginnings and your experiences, because you're one of the products of it. Tell me from your experience from starting to where you are now. How did that go for you?
Pretty smooth, I would say. Fresh out of high school, I joined the union. Actually, it was pretty funny because James, back in the day, was my foreman. He trained me on how to paint, sandblast, all that stuff as an industrial painter. Worked my way up the ladder to lead man, kept working up, and then I got an opportunity with the school because put a resume in and see what happens. And going through the school, being apprentice of the year, doing my star classes on the weekends, getting extra training and whatnot, meant a lot, obviously. And then I got the job, and now I'm just what James taught me, my other foremen taught me, everything else. I'm just passing it down to the younger students, just like how I was.
Awesome, man. So tell me, so you're from the neighborhood, right?
Yes.
So tell me, what do you feel like the importance is of an event like this, and how important was it for you guys to be involved in kind of renovating the thing?
So one of the best things is that I was able to give back, and my family's here, my kids are here to play. Not only that, but this is a park that we frequent.
Right.
Not only that, but they got kids that come from all around the community, other parts of Richmond. Not only that, but they get to see this park the way it looks now, the way the baseball looks. And if you'd have seen this park not even about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, the way it looked, the way this dragon looked, we come out here and we put a lot of love and a lot of dedication to this. Not only that, but the apprentices, not only that saw it, but I go, imagine how you're changing a little kid's mind, you're changing their future. Not only that, but they see all that union gear that you're wearing, that you're supporting, and now they want to support that too.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like I said, it's about giving back, and the kids get to reap the benefits. Look at the kids playing on it now. I mean, that's one of the best things, even them seeing on the swings. They're not seeing graffiti, they're seeing happy things right now, so that's positive.
Exactly. Same question for you, man. What does it mean for you to kind of be a part of this and be able to help out?
It means a lot. I like coming out here, seeing, because obviously people come from different families, they're raised all differently, so for some people it touches their hearts and some people it doesn't. You just get that. But for me, it's a great opportunity. I like watching out here, seeing the smiles. I'm not sure what's over here, a school or a daycare or something, but we'd be out here painting and all the kids run out like, and they're screaming, they want to paint with us and everything else. So it feels good. It makes your heart jump, like, yeah, I'm doing something for the community. So
it's good on you guys, man. Very, very cool of you guys. So for people looking for information on how to, get in touch and how to join and all that stuff, where can they find you guys, and how can they get in touch?
Well, we actually have a booth set up down here today that they could come down and visit us. We're the IUPAT, District Council 16. We also have gateways to our apprenticeship programs, and that's one of the best things. Can I give a big thanks to the higher-ups? Director of Training, Alex Beltran, Communications Expert, Madison Hull, BMST, Chris Christopherson, and Director of Service, Robert Williams. They all had a big part of this because without their blessing, this wouldn't have happened.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
No problem. So usually Soulful Softball Sunday is full of great events, great people, great vendors and all that. And these guys helping bring the community together and kind of reinvigorate it. This is dope. Thank you guys for being guests and thank you for all you're doing, all right? All right, guys. You know what to do. As usual, eat healthy, speak healthy, live healthy, go to work. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, come on up here, brother. Edwin P. Francis.
Yeah.
Now this big brother right here, he does all the filming for Soulful Softball Sunday. He's been doing it for the last 3 years, been doing a wonderful job. Now he's a professional wrestler. Real talk, he's a professional wrestler. I mean, he ain't like Soul Man Rocky Johnson. Yeah, what's that dude name? Whatever. Andre the Giant or whatever. But anyway, we're really proud of you, brother. Keep up the wonderful work.
Thank you. Alamo, let me make an announcement because people are confused.
What's going on, people? This is Evan L.G. Francis, a.k.a. Mr. Go to Work, and right here, we're always talking about resources for the community. We're always talking about bringing people options and enabling people to choose what they do with their money. And this man right here is doing just that, putting the power in the hands of the people. So I want you to go ahead, introduce yourself and the company that you're representing.
Chris Richards, representing Choosing Independence, here for Soulful Softball Sunday, introducing something powerful on behalf of the people and for the city of Richmond.
And this is something powerful right here, man. Soulful Softball Sunday, the card, all right? So, my man, please tell me what this is about. What was the inspiration behind this?
Well, really, man, it's about giving more opportunities to a community. Our concept is community-owned cities. And what we believe is that in order for a community to be empowered, in order for dollars to be recycled nowadays, that the community needs to be owned by the community, by people of it. Meaning, for example, 60 to 70% of the business in a community should be owned by someone that lives in the community, because that guarantees a recycling. On a second tier level of that is 70 to 80% of the people who are living in the community need to be employed if they so choose to be in that community. So now that money stays in that community, if they choose to go elsewhere with it, that's fine. But in general, the day-to-day spending that goes on in the community, money stays in that community.
Okay. Now, this is really, really empowering, especially for the city of Richmond, because this is the first debit card that's specifically aimed for the city of Richmond. So what were the specific aims for this? Because we know in Richmond has been an economically challenged area for a long time. Absolutely. So what drove you to make this for Richmond in specific?
Well, I'll tell you what, Brother Alamo has supported Choosing Independence, Plays and Grades for 4 or 5 years now. Brother Antoine, I met 3 years ago, real positive individuals. I came to my first Soulful Softball Sunday last year. And really, man, what really brought me to, or brought my partner and me to really bring this about to the city of Richmond, because we know that this is an epic center. Richmond is rich with history, right? So when you're talking about pioneers, when you're talking about trends, and when you're talking about grassroots, when you're talking about being real about something, the word Real Richmond, this is one of the only places that we can do a prototype program for a debit card is right here, because they have all the dynamics. You have a community. You have a community need. You have a community that wants. Take a look around, right? With all the strife and with all the disappointments that occur on a daily basis for us, we can come together, find the power within ourselves. So now that we have a platform, which is Soulful Softball Sunday, the next level of Soulful Softball Sunday is to take this to different levels, meaning investing in you, building businesses through entrepreneurship, building jobs, developing and securing real estate, developing and securing home ownership here in Richmond, securing and accessing to college and trade, and of course, preservation of health and wellness. This is the new era of financial literacy. It's a fight. It's a real fight. George Foreman is on board, and we plan on doing some big things starting right here in Richmond, man.
See, now, my biggest question is, overall, what is the plan? Because I know they're always isn't a form of action or a seed being planted without the true intent being there. So what is the future of this, man?
This is the future. The end game is this. We want financial institutions, self-supported through the businesses within the community, right? Self-owned, banking, self-owned, credit unions, so that when we go down, the small business owner goes down to their local banker who lives in this community, who's from this community, that was developed by the community. Now, when they sit down and fill out the application for a loan, there's different criteria on that loan that are not on there right now that we know will make that individual eligible. Let me give you an example. We know that when somebody rents, rent is higher than mortgage. $400 to $500 higher than mortgage. But someone you can get turned down for a debt to income ratio. The plan is this, we're going in tiers. The first tier is really kind of retrain and reintroduce the idea and concepts of financial literacy, because our generation really don't know what financial literacy is really all about. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, they had homes that they can own, but that home represented an egg nest, right? For other individuals to take money out, to build businesses, things like that. We've lost that to a degree, okay? So we're trying to reintegrate that in the community, the concept of recycling the dollars. But no one nowadays can take $200, $300 out of each check and put it to the side. So how do we supplement that? How do we find something else to do to put that in place? Here we go. That's where the debit card comes into place. Because every time you use it, bam, money is going into the account, not money that you're putting to the side, but money from what you already have. So basically it's what we call a meanings in purchase. So as this money begins to grow, now the next concept is to develop businesses within the community. That's where we come up with the concept community-owned cities, right? So you got to have businesses owned in the community by people of the community for them to recycle their dollars in the community. Now, you go to the next level, again, phases, tiers. That same type of money that's going into the community, that's being developed by the community and put back into the community, now that beautiful group that was out there performing, they don't have to go across town in order for a building to do their practice. They can do it. We can buy buildings here, develop workshop centers and workout centers here for those things to take place. So you're talking about self-perseverance, okay? The last thing, the end game. We want financial institutions. We want credit unions. We want banks that bank for us, for the community, not for the investor, but for the community. For example, you and I both know that if you have a mortgage, right, versus that of rent, the mortgage is $300, maybe $400, $500 less than some people pay for rent nowadays. However, that same individual who's been working 25 years, man, renting for 25 years, strong, showing history, they may be a $200 short, $100 short from a debt to net income ratio, which knocks them out of qualifying for a loan. Now that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Somebody who's been paying rent, $300 to $400 more than what their mortgage would be for 20 years, 25 years. They've been holding down their job for 20, and they can't get a loan. They've already shown that their payment history.
Right.
But that's not the standard in which we qualify. So if you have a community-owned bank, a community-owned credit union that understand the different dynamics of a community, then it makes more sense. That loan makes more sense. But because you're coming from a wholesome, grassroots, community-based position, you have that insight. If you're coming from an investment insight, you're not going to have, and you're not going to care. So we're talking about two different ball games right now. And we're talking about changing the game. That's why we say community-owned cities, man.
All right, so then with all this information, because information is power, knowledge is power, correct? So I know there has to be a place for these folks to look this thing up and to know more and get more information.
I'm gonna make it real simple.
No problem.
Right now, all they have to do is see this here?
RichmondCOCExchange.com.
RichmondCOCExchange.com. You go there, you begin to get empowered, you begin to make a difference, not only for yourself, but for your community. And we're doing it here. Yes, sir.
This is what you want to look up. This is what you want to look up. COC.com. You want to check that out, all right? This is where you go to get the information and get to know more about the movement. Now, my brother, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing and for helping the community. Do you have any final words for the folks watching at home?
I just say this. What they're doing right here is something real powerful. And it's going to take the community. If you want to make a difference, it's going to start with beginning in with you. And this community will make a change and will be the example for many cities like itself throughout the U.S. That's the golden objective, man.
And you know it, brother. So once again, you gotta get a look at this. And remember this, the first debit card for Richmond, California. We gotta thank this man right here. Thank the whole city of Richmond for Soulful Softball Sunday in general. It's crazy. You know what to do. As usual, eat healthy, speak healthy, live healthy, go to work.
Healthy wellness. You know it. My man.
Hey man, once again, Soulful Softball Sunday has been yet another blast. We've had a little bit of everything here today. The game was crazy. The award ceremony was awesome. Performances, vendors, everything. And your boy got something from the city. Your boy got something from the county. And your boy got something from U.S. Congress. So you know what I'm saying? Go to Work Fitness is most definitely certified in these streets, man, from the home city of Richmond, California and beyond. I couldn't be happier right now. I wanted to thank Rodney Alamo Brown, Antoine Cloyd, the whole Soulful Softball Sunday organization, and the city of Richmond as a whole for having us and letting us do this and entertain you guys for the last 5 years. This has been crazy. I love you guys. We love you guys as a team. I wanted to thank my team also because without them, there'd be no me, and that's off top. You already know what to do. Until next time, you know, new stuff is coming. New restaurants are coming. We got everything coming for you, man. We're not done yet, but we're just signing off for now. But until we see you again, you know what to do. Eat healthy, speak healthy, live healthy. Go to work. Yeah.